believe it or not, as someone that plays Escape from Tarkov hella frequently and someone that loves the tactical shooter genre, I'm actually quite excited for Modern Warfare 2 coming out this year. Not only was Modern Warfare 2019 a slower paced Call of Duty with a great campaign and tense missions, but the new announcement of the rumours of Call of Duty DMZ mode being completely true has made me hyped that Activision can make the first ever true AAA competitor to Escape from Tarkov. Now, if this is the first time you're hearing about this now, then you're probably asking, what is DMZ? Well, first, thanks to Call of Duty's Next Event that happened yesterday, we were able to get a few bits of information on this. DMZ is Call of Duty's extraction mode on a large-scale sandbox, and the developers described this as a rich sandbox experience where you can define your own win conditions. You'll be using the brand new Warzone 2.0 map, Mazrah, and you'll be infiltrating, looting up, and accomplishing your missions and goals, and then you can extract whenever you feel the time is right. Sounds something like Tarkov, right? You infiltrate, you loot up, you kill AI, you kill players, and you go. And that is exactly the core gameplay of what you're going to be seeing in DMZ. Also, Mazrah, it's a whole Warzone 2.0 map, a 100-player battle royale map that you're going to be playing in freely during DMZ. So you're going to be seeing a large-scale area which is largely inhabited by a quote-unquote lethal AI, and you can pick your own path and choose where you want to go, and it's not linear. Escape from Tarkov maps, for example, they're nice and they're open, but this is going to take open world extraction gameplay to a whole new level if it's done correctly. Not only will you be encountering tons of players on your adventures through this map, but they have already mentioned about the amounts of AI that they will be adding to this game. You will not only be seeing patrolling AI that you need to constantly be thinking about where you are and what you're doing, but there are also stationary AI as well. Activision have shown off quite a lot about AI already, they seem quite proud of them. The new AI is actually pretty impressive from what I've seen of it. They have new movement patterns and they'll actively hunt you down, checking corners and last known positions, and they'll be clearing through as a group if they are in one to find you and take you out tactically. They also value their lives, so if you're shooting at them, expect them to run for cover and perform quite advanced flanks on your position. They ain't just going to go around to the corner and wait there for you to come and get them. And from their movement patterns shown off in previous leaks, these AI have really realistic searching and movement functions to clear hallways and check behind cover, so you ain't just going to be able to sit in a room and let them walk past you. They will be clearing rooms as they go, which is quite advanced and it looks really cool. So not only have you got patrol AI and stationary AI around the map, you've also got defensive AI occupying strongholds around Mazrah, so expect certain points of interest to be held quite firmly by the AI and you'll have to take them out. I can imagine they're going to be loot hotspots, so be aware of that, and it sounds really cool on a large scale area, and I'm quietly optimistic about this game mode. From what we know as well, DMZ is being left pretty open-ended in terms of player choice. You can choose what missions you want to accomplish while you're there, and whether you want to take on multiple before extracting, and you'll also be able to play the game differently depending on your playstyle. Of course, this is Call of Duty, so the run and gun mentality will be quite strong among the player base, but they do emphasize that DMZ is reliant on team play, so lone wolves will find this mode a lot more challenging. But if you do want to go loud, feel free. If you want to be stealthy and take out your enemies suppressed or close up, go for it. You can even avoid player combat altogether and just loot up the map and find all the secrets hidden around Mazrah. Sounds really appealing to allow proper open-ended gameplay. This is on a Warzone map, but there's no closing circle, so you ain't gonna rush. And I can imagine that, the map being this size, if it's going to have a time limit like Tarkov maps do, then it's going to be quite a long time limit. And if it doesn't have one, like the Cycle Frontier for example, where you can just go in to a map that's already running, I can imagine this is going to be quite interesting to see in the future as well. In terms of information, that's pretty much all that we have revealed to us so far, so it leaves us to have a lot of speculation around it until it gets released. We do know that it does come released directly with Warzone 2.0 on November 16th, and is likely going to be free to play along with Warzone 2.0, so not too long to wait, and I will be covering this game, as well as the campaign and the multiplayer a little bit, because I am quietly optimistic for Modern Warfare 2. I do love Modern Warfare 2019. I think the campaign was amazing in terms of like the house clearing missions and all that. So I can imagine that they're only going to emphasize this a little bit more and just push on the realism even further into the Call of Duty campaign. So if you do want to see that, leave a subscribe down there, because I'll be covering it a little bit more. And keep an eye out on this channel for future notifications on DMZ up to its release as well, because we haven't had much detail surrounding how the loot system is going to work and how the inventory management for loot is going to work at all. So is it going to be complex like Tarkov, or is it going to be kept quite simple like Warzone, or is it going to be somewhere in the middle? We don't know, but it's going to be something pretty important that they're going to need to show off in terms of a game like this. The loot management system and the inventory is key for games like this, and especially if it's coming out on console as well. How easy is it going to be for controller players if the inventory is quite detailed? So it's something that we need to keep an eye on. And also, is the health system going to work like a normal Call of Duty game where you just go around a corner and your health regens, or is it going to be quite slow paced? I can imagine that it's not going to be anywhere near as detailed like Tarkov, so I can't imagine you're going to have bleed outs and every weapon being able to kill you in one hit, but I can imagine that it's going to be a little bit more faster time to kill and stuff like that, and the recoil patterns are going to be a lot more realistic. From the gameplay that we've seen from Warzone and the multiplayer from the Next Event, it has got quite a fast time to kill by the looks of it, which is good for some players like me who likes the hardcore. If you don't, then you might find it a little bit more challenging, but as a whole, I can definitely see DMZ appealing to the more casual extraction shooter player, where the ultra realism isn't their top priority. I say realism with air quotes there, because Tarkov has some questionable moments with realism as well. We also don't know what loadouts are going to be like. If you can go in with a set kit and then if you die you lose that kit from a stash like Tarkov, or you go in with basically nothing like a battle royale and you have to loot and build yourself up as you go along, and then you extract and you can come back in with the same gear, or you trade that in for credits or whatever. We don't know that either. It's quite an interesting concept to see, you know, you're a task force, you're not surviving so much. So it might be cool to go in and extract and not worry about picking up new weapons, but more extracting with valuable intel sort of stuff, because it is a different environment. You're not surviving so much in Call of Duty, you're more going there to infiltrate as a military standpoint and not a survival, oh shit, all my squad's been killed. Basically, I can't imagine us sitting there eating some canned peas while the raid's going on. I'm not gonna lie to you boys, I'm sorry if that disappoints you. But other than that, that's all we know. What are you looking forward to? What are you skeptical about? I want to hear it all down below in the comments. And if you're excited to see whether DMZ is going to make a direct competition to Escape from Tarkov, or it's going to be slightly different, either way, it is going to grow the popularity of the extraction shooter subgenre even more than Tarkov has already done, because it's going to appeal to a much wider fan base. So hopefully it might even make Tarkov improve their game. They might add new ideas, they might speed up the process, because they've actually got a competitor now. You know, Battlefield tried it and look where that got them. So hopefully this lives up to the hype, and hopefully we can see more quite soon. Let me know all of your stuff and all your thoughts down below in the comments, but thank you for hearing me ramble. I will see you in the next video, probably a Tarkov one, who knows? If not, it might be the Call of Duty multiplayer event that I've been invited to on the weekend. Who knows? Anyway, enjoy, love you lots, bye bye.